everyone. I just want to show you a few things and chat a little bit. Today is February 27th, so there's only one more day left in SaleABration. So if there were items you were wanting in SaleABration, you just have one day left to get them. There was some pretty awesome, pretty fun stamp sets and papers in SaleABration. So only one more day left of SaleABration. Tomorrow, all the way through tomorrow, is SaleABration, which means for every $50 you order, you can get something out of the SaleABration brochure for free. So I want to just go over and show you some of the things I've gotten from the mini catalog and a couple of the SaleABration items, and we'll talk about some projects to come. So let's take a look. So for those of you who actually don't know me, I'm Carol Tennant, and this is Carol's Cards for Fun, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. But mostly I just love playing with the products, and I love sharing this creativity with you. So let me just do a little show and tell from some of the things I've gotten from the January to June mini catalog. This little darling. And upcoming projects that we might be doing with this. So let me just stick that away. And remember, for every $50 you order out of that, or out of the annual catalog or anything, you can choose something from the SaleABration brochure. So just a little show and tell of some items that I have on hand. I have this welcoming window set. I have not used this yet, but I have a policy that I don't put anything away until I actually do use it. So this is going to sit out and remind me. I actually have stamped a couple of the images, but I haven't made a project with it. So it's got these beautiful stamps. You can create a pot of flowers by sticking this in a pot, stamping that with greenery, and then stamp, I think these flowers go with this, make them a collar, and you can create a window scene. And there's also coordinating dies. And I like these dies because they actually have texture. They give wood grain to, they emboss with wood grain the cutouts that they make. These are actually, it makes 2 shutters. And these are just framelets for the figures. So the pot and the flowers, the pots and the flowers and the pictures. So I don't have anything to show you with this one yet, but stay tuned because I will make something with this one. Okay. Now this is one of the SaleABration items. It is free with a $50 purchase. I really, this one may be a $100 purchase. Let me check that for you. I don't want to tell you wrong. I'll just open up my little catalog. These are all the items that we can get with purchase. I believe that is $100. A touch of ink, free with a $100 purchase. Sorry about that. Don't want to get my facts wrong. This is a really pretty 2-step stamp. So you can stamp the outline of the bird or the butterfly in a darker color, and then you can stamp over the bird or the butterfly with a lighter color. So if I wanted a blue bird, I might stamp this in, say, Night of Navy, and then stamp this with Seaside Spray. If I wanted an awesome butterfly, which I can tell you this because I've already done it, I would stamp the butterfly in the memento for black, which is typically around the edges, and then I would stamp this in Mango Melody or Bumblebee, one of those nice yellows, and then I would use my sponge and go around the edges of it with the Blackberry Bliss, just like we did with the Dragonfly a month or so ago in our Cards to Go. So you can see you can stamp leaves. You can stamp this in brown if you wanted to, and then put on some sort of green leaves. So you could do early espresso or soft suede, and then put on, say, mossy meadow or old olive or granny apple green or whatever color leaves you like. And the same with the flower. You could stamp it and even just a neutral black, and then add your blossoms in whatever color. So this is a really pretty stamp set. I have made a card with this, but it is already living with its recipient, so it has been sent away. I will post a picture. I think I have a picture. I'll post a picture, but this is really pretty. Free with $100 purchase, a touch of ink. Now, next on our list of items is the art gallery set. I used this on our paper pumpkin alternative cards to stamp these flowers. Again, this is two-step stamping. So I used this image and this one. That's Rococo Rose and Rich Razzleberry. And this is, oh dear, what colors did I use? So Saffron and Crushed Curry for these ones. And I haven't even played with the big image yet. And I've used this sentiment. So I have used this set. And we also, it comes with coordinating dies. So this die fits over this image. And of course there's other dies to fit over the other images. And a couple of pretty little label dies that you can use for your sentiments. And then I really enjoyed this Just Want to Say die to create this particular card. So, loving that one. Again, I don't put it away until I play with it. So, I have played with that, but it surely does need a lot more playing to make a lot more beautiful creations. And I'm finding that I am in need of several cards, so I will be making. Oh, this also was created with that set, using this image. And if you saw the video, you remember that I colored it with the Stampin' Write markers, or if you have any watercolor markers, you can just take them and color them. So I colored the flowers, Mint Macaron, Rococo Rose, and this is Mary Merlot, and then this is Mossy Meadow for the stem. Color those with your Stampin' Write markers right onto your stamp, and then give it a good huff of good moist air, and just stamp it down, and it makes a beautiful image. So you could stamp it and emboss it and just have it one plain color just for fun. I was playing with it, and I stamped the whole thing in Rococo Rose, and you can see where I've been doing my die cuts. But I wanted mine to be colorful, and I wanted to show a bouquet of flowers. So I did color on the stamp. Now, we do have the Quite Curvy bundle, and this one's pretty interesting. It has all of these awesome curvy dies, and these sentiments are meant to kind of mold around these dies. Now, I do have a card that I've made with this and actually used the sentiment, so let me grab it and show it to you. Now, this card kind of showcases, several of the dies, and it shows how the sentiment can fit along the curve of the dies. Now, these are die cuts that I colored with my Stampin' Write markers, and these are die cuts from the package, and this is just these edges. Now, this card actually was sitting out on the table getting ready to go to its recipient, who has a birthday very soon. So I'm going to stick that back in the envelope. I've already signed the inside. But some other cards I've made with this bundle. And these may or may not be some of our cards to go for March, which I have to make up my mind pretty quickly because March is Monday. Okay? So this is paper that I've just sponged with the terracotta tile, the bumblebee, and the just jade. And then because I wanted that to show, I let my inside panel be smaller. And the outside, I did the same sort of thing. I can't remember if it looks like an 1.5-inch piece layered over a 2-inch piece of dry embossed just jade. And cut out the labels with, I can't remember what set, but I will mention it in my post. It is something to do with textures. So And the same thing with this one. This is again using the Quite Curvy die. This may or may not be one of our cards to go for March, which is just a couple days away. I used my Stampin' Blends and colored this. You can color them whatever you want. You can even just dab some sponging on it. And if this is one of the cards we use for our cards to go, I'll show you alternative methods to color it. And I again put a label on there, just a little greeting, because this is just a nice greeting that I might use. It's pretty generic. I didn't want to go saying, you know, happy birthday or in particular things, because I don't know yet what I'll use them for. So, and of course, I finished the inside. I had this paper left over from last year's SaleABration. I used the same set of labels, and that's going to bug me, so I'm going to have to grab them out and see which ones they were. All right, that didn't take long. In the Tasteful Touches bundle in the annual catalog has all of these beautiful label dies. So that's what I've used on this, all of these cards that I'm showing you with the Quite Curvy. Okay. So the little circle and the label and the hello, which is in the set, okay, and just showing, mostly showing off the pretty paper. This is from last year's SaleABration. It's something I had and I hadn't used, and I wanted to. And I just made a little decoration inside, just so it wasn't bare inside, okay. And another one, just here showing off the die cuts, how this die cut and this die cut, and then this is just the piece that was cut out when I laid them on there kind of diagonally, and using the Tasteful Touches label. And I just put this daisy in here from Delightful Daisy just to kind of go along with what the designer paper looked like. And this one, I admit, I copied. And I'm sorry, I can't remember who I copied it from, but I really liked it because I love the Purple Posy paper. So I copied it and just totally copied it and recreated. I don't know if I changed anything. Well, I changed this part because there was something different on it. But for the most part, it is a total copy. This is not a product of my imagination. It is somebody else's imagination whom I can't recall. I saw it on social media. And then just stamp the leaves inside. So those are all of the cards I have right now for the Quite Curvy bundle. Some of those could be our cards to go for March. Some of them probably will be our cards to go for March. Now, what we've all been so eagerly awaiting for is the Hydrangea Haven. And this set is so pretty. I have just spent days working with this set. And actually, I took it to my friend's house and we made more cards with this set. It is just beautiful. You can stamp the image and you can use this in another color to stamp over it. I mean, each one of these images you can do that with the leaf and the background leaf. You have several sentiments if you like. And then you have several dies. So this cuts out the large image and this lays leaves over top of it. This cuts out a whole bunch of itty bitty little flowers. And this one makes a really awesome hydrangea with each one of these leaves that can pop up. And then a label and a tag and some more leaves. So really, really pretty. And we do have them, I believe, as our April cards to go. And I am just going to give you the very briefest of sneak peeks about what these cards might look like. Okay, just the very briefest. Now this is one of them. Oops, I showed you the other one too soon. And you see how these pieces in that die cut do pop up and can add dimension and texture to your card. And this is just a cute little fold. And this is the paper that comes with the Hydrangea Suite. This is just more of a plain blue. And this is the little tag, and I used one of the little pearls. And then the paper was just so pretty that I just used another piece of it inside. It is just adorable. Okay, so that uses that one die that pops up. Oh, and the other one I chose to show you actually uses the same die. Oh, well, let me see if this is the right way. But this is really showcasing off that really pretty paper. So the beautiful hydrangeas There's some more subtle paper. This die cut was actually cut out of the paper, as was this one. So I'll show you that. If these are two of the cards, I mean, I have 6 or 7 cards I've made out of this set already. So if these are two of the cards, I'll definitely show you, you know, how we do all of this. And this is that overlay for in the dies. Let me pull that out. This is this leaf overlay. So I used this to die cut out of the designer paper, and then I used this to lay over it in the mossy meadow. So just a couple possibilities for the hydrangea set. Again, don't know for sure which one we'll be using. It looks like I've been using a lot of Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather for ink colors on these, as well as Mossy Meadow for any of the greenery. I like the Mossy Meadow and the Pear Pizzazz. So if you're interested in what colors we might be using, we're probably going to be using these two greens, Mossy Meadow and Pear Pizzazz. And we're probably be going to use these two purples, Gorgeous Grape for our darker and Highland Heather for our lighter. Now the Rococo Rose also goes very pretty with this, but I may or may not have used it, but it's just a really pretty pink. So these will be coming in our April cards to go. These are something made with this bundle. Maybe not these particular two cards. So just as SaleABration is closing, I want you to know that it's not over. There is more to come. We have had an exciting 2 months with new goodies from the new catalog, and it has been awesome. And I have enjoyed these products, and I haven't even gotten to use all of them. But let me show you again what is going to go away. These 4 ink colors: Pretty Peacock, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, and Terracotta Tile, as well as anything this Purple Posy, will be going away with at the end of this catalog period, which is May, I believe it's May 4th. So Star Trek Day, May the 4th be with you. So these colors will be going away. These colors are retiring. But just as they're taking something away from us, they're giving us something. So let me share with you a sneak peek of what is to come in the new annual catalog and what will be available to order on, Monday, I believe. I believe we can order this next week. I'll go ahead, and when I post it, I will let you know for sure. But this I was able to get on a pre-order, so I could give you a sneak peek at it. And this is really awesome because I love butterflies. And what I've always said is when I make a mistake on a card, I just put a butterfly over it in the summer or a snowflake in the winter. So let me just show you this so you are aware right away. This is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stamps individually. This is one stamp that the die, wait for it. There are multiple dies with this. Here it is. There are multiple dies. This will cut out all of these. So you can stamp these in one color, and you can have all of these in one color on one piece of paper. Like you might choose to stamp it crumb cake on ink on crumb cake paper, or whatever it is that you want to use. But the other awesome part is it comes with this beautiful paper, and there are several pieces of beautiful paper. You know, both sides. I didn't show you the other side. But what's really, really cool is you can lay this die on here and get your 6 butterflies right out of your paper to use on your project. And if that isn't enough, these all cut out very detailed butterflies that are very delicate and pretty. And they would overlay some of the others. So I only, at this point, have one project made with this. But this is available for order next week. So that's not how that goes on there. These other little accent pieces make beautiful cards, and I have some ideas, and I will show them to you. I just don't have anything made yet. So this isn't put away because I don't have a lot of stuff made with it. This is really the only card, and I was just fiddling around with some old paper, and I wanted to cut each one of these. So I did indeed stamp crumb cake on crumb cake and die cut out a bunch of butterflies. And I don't even know if I actually have die cut out a bunch of butterflies, but here's some more of the crumb cake on crumb cake. And I was just playing. I didn't know what I wanted to make. I just wanted to see what the set would do. So I have several that I may or may not use. I just don't know yet because I don't know what I'm going to do with it for sure. So those are just a whole bunch that I did. And this is actually the only card that I've made using the set. Now, the set itself, the stamp set, really just has the butterflies in it. It doesn't have sentiments. So I grabbed a Thinking of You from another stamp set. So I will be making some projects with this. I'm not sure if this will be one of our cards to go or not because I haven't planned that far in the future. Or it just might be used as some embellishments on some of our cards to go. I did finish it. And again, I used one of those. And I glued this down pretty solid because I didn't want it popping up in the inside of my card. I used some designer paper to cut out the more delicate. And then I used one of these crumb cake because I had 6 of them underneath of it to just layer underneath the more delicate image. So that is to come. This is the Butterfly Brilliance, and it's a bundle coming with all of these lovely dies. One die, one stamp to cut everything out, and then many dies, at least 6 other to go layer over top of each one of these, and then 2 more just itty bitty little baby butterflies. And these are some bricks, and this will give some texture, and then some little dots. So to come. So if you like butterflies, this set is awesome. But don't be deceived in thinking that it's 6 different stamps. It is one stamp that the die fits over and cuts everything out. And then if you want to, you can layer this over and cut out the more delicate image. So I don't think I have any right now where I've done that. So that's more to come. Just want to let you know that this is coming and it will be available to you next week. So that's what we've had and that's what is coming. So stay tuned next week for more cards to go from the Quite Curvy bundle. Probably some of the ones that we just showed here today. Also, I had a really good time with the paper pumpkin, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do 3 more months of paper pumpkin. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. Not sure if I'm going to like recreate it or just make them as they are just because it's easy to do. Or maybe change them around a little bit. Don't know. That is to come. So that'll be the surprise next month. What do I decide to do with them? Because although you don't always know what the paper pumpkin's going to look like, they have revealed what the March kit will look like. So I do know what it's going to look like. It's going to be all sorts of outdoorsy mountain scenes and such. So I look forward to having some fun with that. So I thank you for listening. I hope you have had as much fun as I have. If you have placed an order, a $50 order in the past month, you should have received your cards to go. And if you haven't, please do let me know. And if there's just 2 more days, there's just today and tomorrow left on these cards to go. So they are almost gone. Maybe gone, not sure. But if you want them, I'll make up another set. So thank you all, and I hope you enjoy some crafting. Take some time out for yourself and do something fun, whether it be crafting or whatever you enjoy. It's really important to take some time out and do something fun. So take care all. Talk to you soon. Bye.